Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's me, your girl Dami, and I'm here again with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. I'm Dami. I'm a Lagos-based YouTuber. I live in Lagos State, Nigeria. And join the family by clicking on the subscribe button down below. Also turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to get my videos every single time I post a video, okay? In today's video, I'll be doing another story time. I told you guys I'll be coming back to back with stories, and today I'll be doing another story time. This one is a true life story, something that happened to me a few years ago, about 3-4 years ago, and I just decided to share it because it's in the past now. I don't know, I have been very skeptical about sharing this story for some reasons, because the people involved, I think they're still together, and I didn't want any of them to see the video and I'll be the reason for their breakup or whatever. But really, I just decided to share it. I really don't care any longer. If they're still together, fine. If they're not, that's quite alright. I really don't care. So guys, stick around to the end of this video because it's a very juicy story and it's still sad all the same. So from the title you already know what I want to talk about, but still stick around to the end of this video, okay? Let's put characters to the story. So it happened to me, so I'm still be the one sharing the story, and let's give the girl Sandra and the guy Emmanuel. Fine. So the story goes way back to when I was in uni. So when I was in uni, I had this friend that was very cool. Like, she was a very close friend of mine. She was just a very sweet girl. She was like a year above me. Yes, she was a year above me, and so she was very close to me. We're from the same state, I think, and we're just very close. So she had this friend Emmanuel that I used to call her then. I don't think they were dating at that time, they were just friends. So if the guy calls, the guy will also talk to me like that till she finished from school. Like, it was not like a regular thing, so just once in a while. If I go to her room and maybe they are talking on the phone at that time, I'll just talk to the guy also. So she finished from school, I was still in uni, and after she finished, we really didn't talk that much any longer. But after I also finished from uni, I finished a year after she did. So after I finished from uni, after I finished from uni, I relocated. I was living in Lagos, but I moved to Abuja because I felt I was going to serve. I was going to do my NYSC in Abuja. So I was in Abuja for about 4 months after my grad, before I went for NYSC, before I was posted for NYSC. And apparently I was not posted to Abuja. Unfortunately, rather, I was not posted to Abuja. I was posted to Kaduna, and in Kaduna I was just there. I didn't have any friend. I just camped in Kaduna and returned back to Abuja. So after I returned back to Abuja, I still didn't have like any friends in Abuja. No, this happened. Wait. I think I'm already mixing it up. This happened before I went to camp. Really, let's go back. After I finished from uni, I went to Abuja, and when I was in Abuja for like 4 months before NYSC. So I didn't really have any friends in Abuja. My brother was working. My sister is married. She is in her husband's house. Like, I really didn't have anybody to talk to like that. I didn't have anybody to gist with, to go out with. So I was just there alone. So one day, this my friend Sandra just called me, and she was like, I think we were chatting also, and she just said, am I not bored in Abuja? Like, I need friends. And she reminded me of this friend of ours, and she was like, he's in Abuja, that's Emmanuel, he's in Abuja, and I need to, that is cool, you can take me out. Please keep in mind that they are now dating at this point in time. Like, this my friend and Emmanuel, Sandra and Emmanuel are now a couple at this point in time. And she was like, oh, that you can because she doesn't stay in Abuja and the guy stays in Abuja, she stays somewhere different. She stays in another state, and she was like, since she's not there and she would have loved to take me out and everything, that I should go out with this her boyfriend, which is Emmanuel. That he would take me out, to show me Abuja, he would like take care of me, not in the like way you guys might be thinking, like just to have someone to gist with, go out with, and he always likes going out. So I was like, oh, I was skeptical at first because I didn't like the idea of my friend's boyfriend taking me out. It didn't seem right in my opinion. So after a few days, we exchanged numbers. She gave the guy my number, and he called me. He was like, oh, and we talked for some time, because you guys remember we were already not friends, but we used to talk when I was in uni. So we gisted for some time over the phone. We talked, and it was like, oh, he's going out, he's going somewhere, would I like to go with him? And I said, oh, no problem. So I told my friend about it, that Emmanuel, your boyfriend, said he's going somewhere and he wants me to go with him. She was like, oh, fine, that I should go. She wasn't even like, please go, you people should like enjoy yourselves, have fun and whatever. And at first it was still strange to me, because it's very strange for you to see a girl that will just be allowing another girl follow her boyfriend up and down, you get me? So it was very strange seeing a girl that was cool with another girl going out with her boyfriend. Like, it is not a girl's thing per se. So I eventually went out to the guy, and I remember when the guy came to pick me, he came to pick me from my house, and when he came to pick me, he called his girlfriend Sandra on the phone, and he put it on speaker in his car. We were talking, like we talked almost to the point where, no, we talked almost to where we were going to, like we kept on talking, the two of us in the car with the other girl, with Sandra on the phone. So we're really talking, gisting and everything. So eventually she ended the call, and it was just the both of us right now. It was not awkward, because I know a lot of you might be thinking, oh, won't it be awkward going out to your friend's boyfriend? It was not awkward at first, because I didn't have any ulterior intentions, I didn't have ulterior motives, and I felt the guy also didn't have ulterior motives. So it was just like me going out with my friend. So I really didn't think much of it. So we went out the first time, it was cool. He came to drop me in my house. Second time, like, it was not like a very regular thing. We used to go out like almost every time. And at one point, the guy, I was in his car, and because anytime I was going to go out with this guy, I always tell my friend about it. Like, I always tell my friend that, oh, I'm going out with Emmanuel, and yeah, like that. So at one point in his car that day, we were going out, and he just said, Dami, I think you shouldn't be telling Sandra about our movement every time. Like, it is childish. Like, don't tell her every time we're going out. It's nothing, like, it's not like we're doing anything. It doesn't just make any sense. Just stop telling her. And I'm like, I don't think it's right me going out with my friend's boyfriend, and I can't, like, she now sees it on social media that I post a picture with you or something. It leaves a negative opinion or something like that about me. So I shut him down immediately. I shut him down immediately, and I was like, no, I'm going to tell her anytime we're going out, because it doesn't make sense to me that we're going out with my friend's boyfriend. Like that is not bad enough. I will not now tell her that I'm going out with your boyfriend. So I shut him down, and he was okay with it. Though I know he didn't really buy the idea, but he said okay. So the first day went. After that day, we went out again. We went for parties. Like, we went out a lot. We were going out like at least twice a week or 3 times a week. So you know how much we're going out, and we'll go out late. They'll bring me back to my house like that. And yeah, one day in his car, I think he was bringing me back to my house, or I was going out with him, and he put his hand on my lap in his car, and he was touching my lap, and I was like, oh, stop, I don't like it. And he said, oh, it was like, oh, sorry. And from that point I already knew there's more to this thing. Like, this guy is already thinking, he's already like overthinking this our friendship, and I really didn't like it at that point any longer. But I just felt it can happen to anybody, like, so I overlooked it. So another time he did it, like in his car. I think we were going out again, and we got to where we're going to, and he stopped. No, after we got to where we're going to, we were supposed to come down from the car, and it was like, would you like to kiss me or something? I can't really remember what he said, but he said something like that. But I know he said something about kiss, and I was like, why would you say that? You shouldn't say that. I'm your friend, I'm your girlfriend's friend. Like, it doesn't make any sense to you. And I was like, oh, she's not here, she's far away, do I even know what she's doing, where she is? Like, and I'm like, really? Okay. Okay. So it was at that point I was like, okay, this is getting out of hand. Like, I'm really not appreciating this our friendship any longer. Not like I told him that, but I shut him down immediately that I'm not that kind of girl. I don't do things like that. If I'm even going to do anything like that, not to my friend that thought about me when I was bored and when I was lonely. She thought about like making me go out with her boyfriend, which was not, in fact it doesn't happen. Like, it hardly ever happens. Like, it shows the level of trust she has for me. It shows the level of trust she has for her boyfriend. And I just shut him down, and that day went by. So another time, another of our outing, I went out with him again, and he was always trying to make strange moves at me. And it was at this point I was supposed to stop going out with him, right? But I didn't stop. So eventually one day he called me, was like, oh, that his cousin just came back from the abroad. I can't really remember which country his cousin came back from. And he was like, oh, my cousin just came back, and can you just go with me? Let's go to see him in his house or something, or yeah, in his house. And I was like, oh, that's fine, let's go. So I got dressed, I went with him, and yeah, at the cousin's place, I saw the cousin, and they were all talking. They were like a couple of people in the house, not just the cousin. There were, let's say, 3 other people or 4 other people in the house, so it was not just us in the house. So it was like the cousin was gisting with him, everybody was gisting, but I was a strange person among them. Like, nobody knew me aside Emmanuel. So I was just pressing my phone. You know how we do now. I was just pressing my phone. I was on my phone, looking at my phone. Even if I wasn't even looking at anything, I just didn't want it to be a very awkward situation. So I eventually okay, the cousin gave me chocolate. I remember the cousin giving me chocolates. So I was eating the chocolate, and Emmanuel went into the room, like he went away. So he was inside for a couple of minutes, and he came back outside, and I was like, oh, Dami, please, can you come? And I didn't think, you know, when you just don't have bad intentions, I didn't think much of it. So I went to meet him there, and it was a room, and I entered the room, and he locked the door. As in, when we entered, he locked the door behind him, and I'm like, okay, what's happening? Why are you locking the door? And I was like, oh, he just wants to talk to me. That, can I sit down? So I sat on the bed. So we started talking. He was like, oh, he really likes me, that he just really likes my personality, he likes the kind of person I am, that he would like us to like be more than friends. And I'm like, what do you mean by more than friends? He said, we should be maybe having a thing. I'm like, okay, what do you mean? You are my friend's boyfriend. I won't like if it was me, if I was in Sandra's shoes right now, I wouldn't want this kind of situation. It was like, that she's not going to know about it, I will keep it a secret. I was like, okay, so what do you want me to be doing with you exactly? He said, we should just be having a thing, you know, let's just take it further than just be ordinary plain friends. I'm like, okay, I don't get you. Like, I was still acting like I did not get what he was saying. Meanwhile, obviously I understood what he was saying, but it was not just gelling. Like, it was not making sense to me that my friend's boyfriend would be thinking this way. So it was like, let's just be more than friends, let's be having a thing. I'm like, okay, so what are you trying to say? Like, I kept on asking him, what are you trying to say? And it was like, oh, so it started moving close to me, and it was trying to touch me. I was withdrawing myself, I was moving away, and it was like, let's just be more than friends. It would be pulling me. It was touching. At this point, it was already touching my hand, touching me, like rubbing my body. I'm like, stop it, stop doing this thing you're doing. It is irritating me. And I stood up. I stood up from the bed. I remember standing up from the bed, and I was walking towards the door, and he just stood up immediately and went towards the door and took the key, removed the key from the door, and kept it somewhere. I can't remember where he kept it, but he kept the key somewhere. And I'm like, what is happening here? Are you trying to force me to do something with you? And he said, no, that let's just talk, that at least we are talking. Why are you acting like a child? Why are you acting like this? Are we not talking? Like, it kept on, it started becoming very defensive. It was like, are we not talking already? What's wrong with you? Why are you behaving like a child? Let's finish this conversation. I'm like, there's nothing to finish here. We are done. We don't have anything to talk about, because you are a very selfish person. Your girlfriend is somewhere thinking she has someone that she can really trust, because she has a very high level of trust for you. She has a very high level of trust for me. I can never betray that. I can never. I started preaching to someone that his ears were already on the ground. So then he pushed it. I can't really remember the scenario, but I think he pushed me to the bed. Either he pushed me to the bed, or he pushed me to the wall. I know he pushed me somewhere, and he pinned himself on me. And I'm like, stop it, can you just get up? Can you get up? Stop. Excuse me, please leave this place. And he was forcing himself to kiss me. Like, he was all over. His face was in my face. He was kissing me, rubbing my body, doing all sorts of things to me. And I started, like, I became very scared. I was already thinking that, oh my god, this guy is going to have his way with me. This guy is trying to rape me. Like, I started thinking of things to do. Then he kept on kissing me, he kept on touching my body, he kept on, like, forcing himself on me. And it was at that point I was like, if I don't try to do something, apart from me being the girl in this house, it's just one other girl in this house. Like, anything can happen. There are like three other guys outside. How do I know they didn't plan it? I started thinking, like, I started overthinking. I started thinking of the way out. I started trying to check his pocket. I was pushing him away, checking his pocket, checking around, looking for where he kept the key. I didn't find the key. So it was at that point I was like, okay, what can I do? I need to be physical. I need to go physical with this guy. If not, I'm not going to leave this place. Then okay, then he kept on kissing me. Then I bit his tongue. I bit his tongue to the point where I myself, I thought the tongue was going to come out from his lip. Like, I bit his tongue. Was it his tongue I bit or his lip? I know I bit something. It was his lip. It was his lip, I remember. I bit his lip to the point where I'm sure he thought his lip was going to fall off. I'm sure his lip was numb, like he could not feel his lip. I bit his tongue. Even I myself was scared that his lip was going to fall off. And so at that point he started saying, oh my god, stop, what did you just do? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. He was touching his lip, he was doing like this, he was touching his lip to see if there was blood, he was touching himself. He was like, oh my god. Then he took the key and opened the door and went outside. And I'm like, god, like, I was too scared. I was even too scared to move. I was just thinking that, what just happened to me? Oh my god, what just happened to me? What just happened to me? I didn't even know where to start thinking about it from. I just gently carried myself. I think my bag was even in the sitting room. I carried myself. I left the room. I went to the sitting room. Guess what, guys? I did not leave the house. I went to the sitting room and I sat down there and I was looking like this. I was looking at everybody's face. It was not there. It was not in the sitting room. It was somewhere else. I think it went to another room. Then I was just looking at everybody's face. Like, there were two guys in the sitting room and I'm like, God. I didn't even know what to do. I was just sitting down there. And I remember texting him. I sent him a text message that I'm leaving. And he came outside after like 5 minutes and he told his cousins that he's coming back. So he told me, let's go. Like, he was like, let's go. I think he didn't want the cousins to know what happened. So the friend and cousin or whoever they were to him, I think he didn't want to know that, he didn't want them to know what happened. So he took me. I followed him and we went outside. We went to his car. We were quiet all through the journey. Like it was like a 15 minutes drive or thereabouts. So I went with him and he took me back to my house. We didn't say a word to each other when we were going. Like he did not say anything to me, I did not say anything to him. I was just thinking of it that God, I would have been raped right now. Like I would have been raped. He forced himself on me. Like he wanted to have his way with me. So when he got to my house, he just opened the door, and not like he came down to open the door for me. He unlocked the door and I opened the door and went outside. We didn't talk to each other he didn't call me, I didn't call him. Even the girlfriend, I didn't bother calling her. I didn't see anything to her again after that day, because I just felt, oh my God, what but yeah, that was what happened. So after that, I think after that day, he like maybe 2 weeks after or so, he called me and was like, so I was not going to say anything about what happened. And I'm like, you're supposed to call me to apologize to me. Excuse me. You're supposed to call me to apologize to me. What do you mean? Like, I just like, I became very angry. I blocked his number. Like, I didn't want to hear anything about him again. After that day, I remember the girlfriend called me like maybe weeks after, or I can't really remember, and she was like, that she has not heard anything from me, that hope I'm fine, that have I been going out with Emmanuel? And like, oh, that I've been very busy trying to process my NYSC application and everything like that, I've been very busy, so I've never had time to go out. I didn't say anything to the girl, even till today. I don't know if they are still together, I don't know if they are still dating, I really don't care, but I have not said anything to the girl. And at some point I was feeling guilty that, oh God, I should have said something to this girl so she knows the kind of person she's dating, so that the relationship doesn't move further into marriage or something, because that guy is a monster. Any guy that can try to force himself on another girl is a monster. And I just didn't know what to say to her. I just couldn't like phantom it, opening my mouth to tell her that your boyfriend did this to me, or your boyfriend is this kind of person. So I just left her that she's going to find out one way or the other. But I think it's going to be very difficult for her to find out, because they are even living like miles apart, they're living states apart. And anyways, I hope she knows that the kind of person the guy is, and I hope he has changed. He's no longer that kind of person. But yeah, anyways guys, that's the end of my story. That was how it happened. That was what happened to me. And I know this thing has happened to a couple of other girls. I mean, rape is a very strong thing, and I really do not even wish anybody to be in that situation. I'm grateful to God that mine was not more than what it was. I'm just really happy. So guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around to the end, of this video. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe right now. Please turn on the notification bell, and also give this video a thumbs up. Please give this video a thumbs up, and also drop your comments in the comment section. Have you ever been in this situation? And yeah, let's just gist in the comment section, okay? I always reply my comments, so drop your comments in the comment section. Alright guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.